just want to say this real quick. So I was over at Nick at Nights, right? And so they're saying that the father of the little girl that was killed in the drive-thru at McDonald's does not want to take accountability. And I said, exactly, take accountability for what? Because they're like, well, he shouldn't have been living that kind of lifestyle. Why in our community do we never put the fucking responsibility where it belongs? In my opinion, the responsibility is on the shooter. Period. Okay? They're like, oh, he knew what was going on. He was online. He saw this. He knew this. That would be just like someone saying that the ladies on here arguing, if somebody roll up on them and kill them with their kids, did they deserve it? Because they was popping shit. People was threatening them. So if somebody rolls up and kills their kid, it's their fault, not the shooter's fault. We don't hold the right people accountable. The same way we don't hold people accountable. We only care about police shootings that involve, we only really concerned about police shootings. What up, Hassan, my love? How you doing? All right, so right now I'm talking about I'm the police shootings. All of this shit got me in my feelings. So, like I said, I was over at Nick at Night. She assumed that I didn't watch her video when I did, but my question still remains. They're like, the father needs to take accountability. The father needs to mourn his daughter. Period. The father needs to mourn his daughter, and he didn't get out the car and shoot his daughter. He was arguing with people earlier. They knew what was going to happen. That would be like you having an argument with somebody. A 7-year-old boy was killed in North Carolina in traffic. His mother, it was road rage. She probably flipped somebody the bird. Is it her fault that her son got killed, or is it the shooter's fault? See what I'm saying? People keep putting the blame in the wrong place. The motherfucker who did the murder is their fault. Period. The person who pulls the trigger is their fault. But we don't want to accept respect. We don't want to admit that. The only time we hold the shooter accountable is if it's a police officer. So how does that make sense? It only matters when it's a police officer. Huh? So they're holding this parent accountable for his daughter being dead. But they're not holding the parents accountable of that 15-year-old girl being dead. Now, let's talk about the 15-year-old girl. The 15-year-old girl, everybody's like, the police is wrong. He shouldn't have shot. He shouldn't have did this. But nobody is saying what these parents shouldn't have done or what these children shouldn't have been doing. The girl was in foster care, so allegedly she doesn't know any better. The girl was in foster care with her siblings. How long has she been in foster care? We don't know that she's been in foster care her whole life. You're assuming that shit. I knew fucking better because I come from that background and I know what can happen. But like my mama always told me, you got to bring ass to get ass and you might get fucked up. So be careful who you approach, who face you get in, and who you asking to pull up. Now, around here on these streets, we often hear people saying pull up, pull up, pull up all day long. So when somebody pulls up and their kid get fucked up, it's their fault. They have to take accountability for that because you put your child in danger. When in reality, their words, the motherfucker who pulled the trigger is still the person responsible. But we don't do that unless it's a police-involved shooting. Notice that the 7-year-old girl that got killed in the driveway is at the drive-thru at McDonald's is not getting all the publicity that the girl who got shot by the cop is. And there's a reason for that. Because we like to place blame. We like to be angry. The same, I feel like, the way they're saying the father should accept accountability for that little girl being killed is the same when they say don't snitch. Hey, Doreen, my boo. Because y'all know they're notorious for that in the hood, too. Don't snitch, don't snitch, don't snitch. However, again, the murderers are never being held accountable. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy around here how we think and what's okay and what we accept and who we blame for certain shit. Like I said, the 7-year-old, the father was in beef, right? He knew there was an issue going on, but no matter where he went or whatever was going to happen to him regardless. However, many motherfuckers do a lot of things every day that will get them and their whole family killed. Does that excuse the person who killed them? No. They are dragging the father. The father lost his child regardless whatever happened online prior to that. But what really irritates me is that a lot of motherfuckers do a lot of things online that will get them killed. Right. A lot of y'all harass people, dox people, and do shit that you deserve to be fucked up for. But however, if you get fucked up, the person who did it still has to be held accountable, even if you deserved it. I still got to be held accountable. Was blaming, but when it's us, it's snitching. Exactly. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're like, oh, the officer shouldn't have shot that 15-year-old girl. Oh, the girls that came there to fight her, they don't know what's going on when they pull up. We're saying the officer should have asked her to put the knife down nicely. Mind you, there were other grown-ass people there. Why didn't they ask her to put the knife down nicely? If she didn't do it for them, was she going to do it for the officer? You know, there are a lot of questions, and people are like, oh, if they was white, this wouldn't have happened. I'm sick of hearing that bullshit. The reality is that we're not white, and we know what fucking time it is. So you're an idiot to sit around talking about, if we were white, this wouldn't have happened. Shut the fuck up. You're not white. America's built on racism. We know the history of the goddamn police department and the KKK. So if you choose to fuck with the police, that's on you. You call them, you know what time it is. They're not going to have the same fucking sympathy. They're not going to have empathy for you. You already know this. And it's not just white cops. It's cops in fucking general, okay? So no, they're not going to have the same empathy for you. So every time you holler out, hey, Benj, my boo, how you yell out, oh, if I was white, bitch, you ain't. We ain't never been white. We know the treatment of black people throughout time and throughout history in America. To this current day, we still fighting for motherfucking rights that we should already have. We still going back and forth with the police department. So what is this, if I was white, this wouldn't have happened shit? You already know that. That's why you got to de-escalate shit yourself. Period. Period. When I was younger, one day some girls came to my house to fight me. My mother did not tell me till 2 weeks later because she knew I would have took my ass out there and probably been dead or in prison. More likely in prison because I would have killed the bitch. But again, when you go out with a knife, you got to understand there's two sides to that coin. Jail or hell. Are you willing to do either or? Right. So everybody keeps saying, oh, well, he shouldn't have killed her. But that girl could have killed the other bitch. Even though that girl came there, that old lady came there to fight her, whatever the situation. When you pull out a weapon, understand somebody gonna die. Period. The same way that man pulled a gun on me the other day at the fucking nail salon. I told y'all about that. The manager did it on a slick tip. My friend was like, you should have screamed out. You should have yelled. No, I shouldn't have. That motherfucker had a gun in his hand. If I would have screamed, what if he would have shot me? I'm accountable for me. I'm responsible for me. I gotta think. Because the other motherfucker ain't thinking. Clearly he's retarded. Something wrong with him pulling out a gun on somebody. Stop threats, not save life. Exactly. Cops shoot to kill. We want outsiders to fix an inside problem. We want police to give a fuck about us when we don't give a fuck about ourselves. Look how many pages have been shot down on these YouTube streets. Look how much hate is in the air all day long. Oh yeah, I went to the police bench. I actually sent an anonymous tip online and I went down there after work and they said, oh, no worries. We already on that. No worries. No worries. But if we know that the police are not for us, why the fuck are we expecting them to save our lives? Why are we expecting, people are like, well, he should have asked her. He should have spoke to her. He did what he was trained to do, and that's kill. FBI, CIA, security guards. Anybody with a gun is trained to kill, not to injure. Period. That's why you want to do conflict resolution on your fucking own. Hey, Miss Cruiser. When the parents comes out there and kicks someone in the head, what does that tell you? What is that telling you? We lack conflict resolution in the black community. You can look around on these YouTube streets and clearly see we lack conflict resolution. A motherfucker will go and file paperwork on you. People will call the police on you. People will do all kind of shit to you, and you live on a whole nother coast and don't know these motherfuckers over words. Over words. That's right, Hassan. License to kill. That's right. Government appointed assassins. That's what the fuck they are. They have the right. It is what it is. The same way everybody was clapping about the George Floyd verdict. That's great. But what about all the other people that are being killed by officers? Come on now. Yeah. They will kill you. They are not here to save or protect you. They shoot you first, and then they call EMS for your ass. Just to say we tried. They don't give a fuck about you. And we know this going into it. But the thing for me is we don't give a fuck about each other. There is a complete and total lack of disrespect. We harm each other. We hurt each other. But people are motherfucking hypocrites on here. Because people can be upset about, oh, they doxed me. They flagging people. They fucking with people livelihoods. Meanwhile, y'all calling people jobs, people apartment complexes, any fucking where y'all feel like calling. But you're offended because somebody flagged your motherfucking channel? That's offensive, but fucking with people's lives is not. Calling DCF on people is not. Now see, they want to talk about, oh, this girl was in DCF. You don't know what she's been through. But these same motherfuckers are called DCF on people on here. We don't know if that girl was in DCF for 2 weeks, her whole life. You don't know what the fuck her history is. It doesn't matter because, again, at the end of the day, the cop didn't fail that woman, that young lady. The people there, every grown black person, every adult that stood there and allowed that fight to go on, they failed that young lady. We are accountable for our own selves. We already said, again, they racist, they don't like us. If I was black, if I was white, this wouldn't have happened. So why the fuck do we keep expecting them to save us? No manners, no manners, no. No. Hello, Miss Ashland, welcome. RJ Supreme, welcome. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm fucking in my feelings. Because I was over at Nick at night, and I don't appreciate her because she was like, oh, you need to listen to the video first. No, little girl, you need to listen. Y'all get on one fucking accord and y'all run with it. How can you blame the father for that little 7-year-old girl being murdered when he didn't pull the trigger? Yes, he had a beef with somebody online, but that's just like everybody on here who has beef with somebody online. So if somebody shoots your fucking kid dead when you're with them, that's your fault. What about the lady in North Carolina? Like I said, her 7-year-old son was killed Wednesday night in a road rage incident. What did she do? Blow the horn and somebody tell him to fuck off? It's her fault. What up, Lonnie Boo? Lonnie Butters, what's good, boo? Yeah, is it her fault? No, it's the shooter's fault. The only time we blame the shooter is when it's the fucking police. The only time we hold people accountable is when it's the police. But now we want to hold this father accountable. Yeah, he was in gang activity. How many motherfuckers in Chicago are in gang activity? What are you talking about? That's part of the makeup. That's part of your upbringing. That's part of who some of these people are. They was raised that way. It is what it is. But it doesn't make it right. Well, he needs to take accountability. So in your mind, what exactly is accountability? Huh? What exactly is accountability? What should he do? He should come out here and say, this is all my fault. He should kill himself. What do y'all want him to do? The man lost his daughter. And he said he raised that girl. He taught her how to go to the potty and everything. He has a connection with his daughter. He loved his daughter. So what about the people who are just minding their fucking business? You get into an altercation with somebody, it's your fault. Not the shooter's fault. You should have known better. You can talk nicely to a person and they'll blow your fucking brains out, but it's your fault. You should have known better. Right. No, it's not. It's the motherfucker who commits the act. It's their fault. You can't keep blaming people for shit. Like I said, we pick and choose who we gonna blame. I keep going back to that fight with the 15-year-old because in my mind, and not just the 15-year-old, what about the 13-year-old boy that got killed in Chicago by the police? No fucking body questioned the parents. Well, the girls who went to jump that girl, get this, were 30 years old. They were the foster children of the mother, the foster mother of the house that girl was at. So basically, it sounds like the foster mother called them older children over there to harass that girl or make them clean up or whatever, and shit went left. But what I learned a long time ago, don't pull up a motherfucking weapon unless you're going to use that shit. So if you see me with a weapon and I got this motherfucker like this, believe you me, I'm about to stab me a bitch and I'm not playing. So I don't even play with knives at my house. Like, you won't come in my house and find butcher blocks and shit on the counter. I don't do those. I don't do those. You got to understand, you kill somebody, you go to fuck to prison. You could kill somebody. That girl could be sitting on the opposite side of us today. She could have murdered somebody. Yeah, that girl, that lady that came there, those are grown women who came there to fight that little girl. That little girl should have stayed her ass in the house, period. I'm telling y'all, somebody roll up on my motherfucking car right now. I'm not getting out. Now, the story may read that I ran a bitch over, but I'm not getting out. I'm not getting out. This is the protection. Stay behind the door. I don't have a point to prove to anybody. Anger is a motherfucker at 15. I can only imagine the rage that young girl felt inside. However, all the fucking adults failed her. All of them failed her. Her father came on the scene. He should have took the motherfucking knife, because I don't want my daughter to go to prison for a murder. Period. But instead, the little girl got killed. It's our fault as a community. It's our fault. We're responsible. Those are our fucking children. I'm sick of people talking about this. Oh, the police don't care. No, they don't give a fuck. The school don't give a fuck. Doctors don't give a fuck. The healthcare, nobody gives a fuck. Right. And we don't give a fuck about each other either. Let's not leave that out. Let's not leave that out. I got knives, Lonnie, but they not out on display like that. Anger is a motherfucker. When I was a little girl, a lady I know, a black woman, killed her sister. Her sister was 8 months pregnant. Stabbed her over $10. I don't pick up fucking weapons. I know too many people who have died. One of my friends, Ryan, the sweetest guy in the world, he was breaking up a fight outside his house, and the dude went in the house and stabbed him and killed him. He wasn't even in the fight. He was breaking it up. My mom always told me, don't break shit up. Don't do none of that. When I see shit like that pop off, I wouldn't have been there. I would have left. Either I would have broke it up, I would call the police, or I would have got the fuck out of Dodge, or all the above, okay? Because at the end of, actually I wouldn't have broke it up. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing. I don't want to be a witness, and I don't want to be a victim, period. So I don't watch shit like that. When I was a young girl, like 13 years old, I was in a park one day, I never forget. So when the Jamaicans first came to Connecticut, there was a fight. My friend was walking to the fight. I followed her, and he grabbed me, and he said, hey, where you go? Go the other way. Don't you know you could get killed? Don't you know people shoot? You could get hit. Now, mind you, he just confirmed and reinstated and reiterated what my mama done already told me. But sometimes you got to hear that shit from somebody else. Now, the other thing is disturbing is the grown motherfuckers on here who I hear justifying a lot of this bullshit because they can't seem to get beyond arguing amongst themselves either, as grown ass, old ass, tired ass women. And then we wonder why our children lack conflict resolution when we have none. As adult grown ass women, you have none. I hear people on here talk about me, call me names, say this and say that. But at the end of the day, everybody get in their motherfucking feelings and want to retaliate. If these people could put their hands on each other, they would. That's the problem. They can't. See, I don't engage because I know myself, and I don't want to go to prison. Never that. Yeah, the person who usually breaks up the fight get hurt. I don't engage. If I get into a fight with somebody with some quick shit and it is what it is. I couldn't fucking walk away. But if I can walk away, believe me, I'm going to walk the fuck away. Because you can fall on the pavement and hit your head and die too. Okay? It's many ways, many things that can happen. Okay? Many, many, many things that can happen. Okay? Miss Cruiser, my cash app is $ letters DD, love always. My face is on there. But yeah, it's just too fucking much. And we keep making excuses, but yet the adult grown people, this is why the children are fucked up. People keep saying when I came up, we didn't do this and we didn't do that. It's because our parents and our grandparents had their fucking foot on our neck and we knew better. Somebody will whoop your ass. Period. Your mom and them better not hear about you fighting. When I was little, it was imperative that I was never involved in mess. What up, Anthony? I'm waiting on that beat. Yes. But you know, it's immaturity, but it's also, you got to instill these values in your children from when they're small. You got to teach your children to take accountability for their own lives. And I'm sick of hearing this again. If I was white, unfortunately, my children, they know that they ain't white. I teach them that from when they can talk. As soon as you can motherfucking walk and talk, understand that the world ain't set up for you. Not like that. When we go to the store, my children know not to walk around with their hands in their pocket. Is that fair? No, but it's reality. Because I don't want to have to fuck nobody up at the store for accusing my child of stealing. Period. You know, I know that. We want to be proactive and not reactive. And I'm just sad that after everybody has watched this video with this 15-year-old girl, everybody has questioned the police, but nobody's questioned the parenting. Where are the parents? There's an issue because the girl is in foster care. The father came over there and kicked somebody in the head. What the fuck? What's good? And like I said, the 13-year-old boy in Chicago, everybody is attacking the police who shot him, and that little boy was murdered. His hands was in the air. But the question still remains that no one fucking asked, where were his parents? Why was he out at that time of the morning, 2:30, 3 in the morning, shooting off a gun with a grown-ass 23-year-old? Nobody asked that questions. Nobody cares because it was a police shooting. It's bigger than the police. Like, again, we want outside people. We want the police, the racist system, the DCF, right? Y'all talk that shit about racism, but when y'all want to hurt a black person, another black woman, your black sisters, y'all call DCF. That's the white man. That's just like calling the police, the FBI, the DCF. Right, we're going to call Social Security to shut your benefits down. This is the shit that I see people do on here. And these same motherfuckers will get up on here and pray for someone who lost their lives. You feel bad about someone who died, but you don't care about the actions and your behaviors that can get you the same shit. Folk who we say and we know ain't for us to be responsible for. Okay, right. Like I said, they keep asking for outside help from motherfuckers who put us in this position. It makes no sense. But at this stage in the game, we can't keep blaming slavery. We can't keep saying the white man. Not when I see motherfuckers encouraging fights, grown women talking about pull up, brandishing guns, and how many fucking children have been killed, stray bullets in the past 2 weeks. The shooters are accountable. The shooters are responsible. Yep. We want the fox to protect the chicken coop. Yes. The officer should have asked her nicely. What? But the people who were there didn't. Or did they? And she didn't, listen. She didn't comply. But we got these expectations of other people that we don't have for ourselves. This shit makes no sense. We really have got to check ourselves and do better. I'm telling you. That's why, when that lady had came for me on here and they want to put up pictures of people, I don't do that shit. I'm a fucking adult. Those are child games. I don't play with children, animals, the mentally ill, right? I don't fuck with it. Good morning, Mixology, my love. How you doing? Hi, Supreme. How are you? Oh, I just... Yeah, the police is a society tool. Can I tell y'all that I was more afraid of my mama than I ever was of a police officer? I would definitely... What? I feared my mother more than any... I wasn't worried about no goddamn police. I was worried about my mama. Periods. Yeah, adults and parents need to be held accountable. These are your children. These are your children. It's just sad. We want to apply a rule to everything. Well, if I was white... And I told y'all, stop using that black card. That's stupid shit. Oh, if I was black... Right, are you doing this because I'm black? Absolutely. Yes, they hate you because you black. Why the fuck are you asking? No, the question is, would you treat me this way if I was white? That's what you got to start saying. Would you treat me this way if I was white? Because, yeah, the answer to, are you doing this because I'm black? Yes. Yes. That's right. I feared my father more than God himself. Absolutely, your parents. Hey, Mark. Trademark. The good cook. The baker. The cake maker, my man. Mark, you my man on the low, right? Okay. Yes. We got to do better, though. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We can't continue to keep talking shit to each other, threatening each other. And then all the violence and all the nasty and negative shit that we say to each other, do you really think a white person is going to look at you like you're not a savage? Let's be real. Okay, that's right, Miss Doreen. I know you got it in you because you get on my ass when I get out of control. So I know you don't play either. That's right. I don't play either. I'm about to hold my 14-year-old son down to some bullshit this weekend. He about to be mad, but it is what it is. You don't get a pass. You do not get a pass, bruh. You need to learn what time it is because you're going to find yourself in a bad situation that you can't get yourself out of, right? See, because people are under... Another thing, black people, we feel like, well, we just pray about it. Cut the shit. Prayer without action is dead. It means nothing. But again, the same people who be praying and sad over other people dying are out here doing the most fuck shit. And the same things are likely to happen to you if you keep on doing and saying the shit that you're doing. So it just really makes no sense. But it's all a contradiction. All a contradiction. Hey, Leak You. What up, boo? Yes. Yup. Well, I gotta go back to work. I didn't even get lunch today. I was so worked up. Damn it. Y'all know that's bad if I ain't get my lunch. And I didn't eat breakfast. My goal was to go to lunch. But Neek at night got me a little mad because she was like, you need to listen. No, little girl, you need to listen. You need to open up your fucking heart and your mind. Y'all want a man who just lost his daughter to take accountability. Y'all want him to kill himself? What is, when y'all say that, what do you mean? Like, his daughter was murdered at a drive-thru at McDonald's. What do y'all want him to do? We have to Miss Cruiser, we know this already, so we have to govern ourselves according to they are doing because we are black. Absolutely. The same way when you go on a job interview. You go in there, you change your motherfucking voice. And maybe some of y'all don't, and that's why y'all let them goddamn jobs you at. But you got to play the game. You got to wear your hair a certain way. You got to talk in a certain tone. The whole shit. I had an issue with a lady one day. She talking about I was getting snippy with somebody. I said, well, did you hear her getting snippy with me? Okay, because just because the bitch did it quietly doesn't mean she didn't do it. Yes, home training first. That's right. Raise your kids and you love from Colorado. Hey, I want to go to Colorado to Aspen. I really, really want to go there. And y'all got the good marijuana over there, I heard. Yeah. But yes, we're responsible for ourselves, our community, and our children. Hey, Jaquil. Welcome, babe. Yes, Jackie. Yes, we're responsible for ourselves and our children. We can't keep asking other people to save us. Yeah, Hassan, did you know the motherfucker at the nail salon pulled a gun on me the other day? And all I said to the bitch 2 days before that was, sir, you're wasting my time and my money. I said, I've been sitting here for 45 minutes. Mind y'all, I didn't go left. I didn't get loud. I didn't call him a bitch. None of that. But that motherfucker, because he's Asian, feel like he got rights and he got fucking privilege. And I hurt his feelings, I guess. But, yeah. Yep, pulled a gun on me. I guess that was my fault, too. I need to take accountability for him pulling a gun on me, even though it's his goddamn establishment and it was bad customer service and I just voiced my opinion, but I guess that's my fucking fault, right? Right, I need to take accountability. No. We got shit backwards. We got it backwards and we got it all wrong. Yes, I put up a video about it. A gun was pulled on me at the motherfucking nail salon on the low. Right. Absolutely. Oh, really, Miss Cruiser? Take a flight on Frontier. They stop in Colorado for 12 hours. Okay, true that. I could see the city and just fly back home. Yeah, but we live in a nasty world. It's a nasty society out here. But everybody out here feels like they have the right to do and say what they want to others without being held accountable. There is a thing called cause and effect. We learned that when I was in elementary. Cause and effect. You do this is what the fuck's gonna happen. That's life. But all this gunplay that's going on, it's just too many people being killed and murdered for no reason for you not to hold the gunslingers accountable. You only hold the white police officers accountable. No. Because again, in those situations, you got to ask where the parent is too. So when a gangbanger kills somebody, it's the parent's fault because they were engaged in gang activity. They should have known better, right? So we can hold that parent accountable. But you can't hold the parent accountable of a 13-year-old child out in the middle of the motherfucking street, 2:30 in the morning, out with a gang member. You don't hold that parent accountable. It's just too many different scenarios. But at the end of the day, we never win. And that's the problem that I have. Is my lunch over? All right, y'all, I got to bounce. It's 1:15. I'll see y'all later. I got that off my chest. Leave me some comments. I love y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And let me know how y'all feel about this situation. Like, like what's really good? Because people want to have one opinion. Like, I'm not 100% right either. Don't get me wrong. Okay? But I do understand that, like I said, that man in Chicago, his 7-year-old daughter was murdered. Now, here's a little something y'all don't know about me. When I was a newborn, my brother was 2 years old and he was shot by a stray bullet. Was that my mama's fault? No, it wasn't. It was the motherfucker who shot the gun. Deuces. I'll get with y'all later.